Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for participating in this afternoon's status conference in docket number 2023-70G, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's application for adjustments in its natural gas rate schedules and tariffs. I'm Jocelyn Boyd. I'm employed by the Public Service Commission. Joining me in the hearing room. Mr. Torrey, would you mute, please, your computer? Okay. Joining me in the hearing room today include my colleagues, Elise Wilson, our calendar administrator, our general counsel, Joanne Wessinger Hill, staff, attorney Alicia Clausen, security Joe Biggs, live stream producer Melissa Purvis, and WebEx Wiz today is Jackie Knight. So now we will ask who is participating on behalf of the parties in docket number 2023-70G. We'll start with the applicant, Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated.
Good afternoon, Jocelyn. I'm Chad Burgess, and I represent the company in this proceeding. In my office, but off camera, is Elizabeth Hutton. She's also in-house counsel for Dominion Energy South Carolina. And then Michael Anselmo, who is the company's outside counsel, who is just waving his hand there. He's from the law firm of McGuire Woods, and he also represents the company in this proceeding.
Great, thank you. Ms. Purvis and Ms. Knight, can you? Mr. Burgess? Mr. Burgess, do you have another computer in your office, perhaps, that is connected to our WebEx meeting today?
You're not connected. No, ma'am, I do not.
Mr. Anselmo, might you have another device? Would you?
No, I don't, Jocelyn, but I do note there are two public service window gray ones with scales of justice. Typically, we have one when we talk to y'all, so I don't know if that has something to do with it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anselmo. Sure. Okay, welcome, Mr. Burgess, Ms. Hutton, and Mr. Anselmo. Thank you very much for participating. All right, now we will move to the interveners in the docket. CMC Steel, South Carolina. Mr. Xenopoulos, I think your computer is muted, or you're muted. There we go.
And I apologize. This is Damon Xenopoulos of Stern Mathias Xenopoulos Group for CMC Steel, South Carolina.
Thank you for participating this afternoon, Mr. Xenopoulos. Direct Energy Business Marketing, LLC.
Taylor Spear for Direct Energy. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. I don't see you that frequently, Mr. Spear, 2 times in a row. Good to see you. All right.
Thank you. You too. Again.
Yeah. Next, we have Scana Energy Marketing, LLC, DBA IGS Energy. Okay. No one present. Is anyone present from South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs? What about the South Carolina Energy Users Committee? All right. South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff. Mr. Torrey? Is Mr. Torrey muted, everybody? Yeah. He's muted. Mr. Torrey, I think you're muted. Okay. I'll call Texarkana Natural Gas Company, and then we'll come back to ORS. Is anyone present representing Texarkana Natural Gas Company? All right, Mr. Torrey, we will, do you see his? Oh. Okay, Mr. Torrey. Can you try to turn your video on? Mr. Torrey, do you mind logging off and trying to log back on? So Ms. Wessinger Hill just informed us that she received an email from Mr. Torrey saying that oh, Mr. Elliott. Oh, okay. I apologize. Thank you. Mr. Scott Elliott sent us an email saying that he's unable to participate today. Ms. Hill. Okay. Oh, he's unable to log on. All right. Okay. Ms. Knight is resending the invitation to Mr. Elliott.
Jocelyn, I just saw an email also from Jack Ringgold. He asked me to send him the WebEx invitation, so I'm going to forward that to Jack now.
Okay. Hey, this is Jocelyn from the PSC. Thank you, Mr. Burgess. Scott sent us an email saying that he was not able to connect for our conference this afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. And they're going to they're resending the invitation to him now. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I said that we're resending the invitation to Mr. Elliott now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he didn't receive a copy of the invitation. I'm sorry, I'm turning this.
Chad and Taylor, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Unfortunately. Fortunately. How are you, Chad? How are you, Chad?
Good.
Okay. Mr. Pringle,
Yes,
would you turn your video on, please?
it is on, but it's on the wrong camera or something. I'm trying to.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pringle.
Yeah. There we go.
Mr. Pringle, we can see you now. So everyone, we're just waiting for Mr. Scott Elliott, okay? Oh, he is? Can you see him? Oh, Mr. Elliott?
This is Scott Elliott. I'm here.
Wonderful. Would you mind turning your video on?
Well, I was trying to spare you, but I'll be happy to.
Scott, Mr. Elliott, what are we going to do with you? Okay, so what we're going to do, everybody, you missed our introduction, unfortunately, regarding our fabulous staff. But I will not review that again. I just want to go over the representatives in the docket, okay, for everyone. We are here today to conduct a status conference regarding order number 2024-342 and docket number 2023-70G, as you're aware. So, of course, Ms. Hutton, Mr. Burgess, and Mr. Anselmo are all present representing Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated. Mr. Xenopoulos is present representing CMC Steel South Carolina. Mr. Taylor Spear is present and representing Direct Energy Business Marketing, LLC. Mask, who represents Scana Energy Marketing, LLC, DBA IGS Energy.
That would be Jack Pringle.
Thank you, Mr. Pringle. Thank you for participating. The South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs has notified us that they are not participating today. Next, South Carolina Energy Users Committee. Would you please identify yourself and confirm that you are representing South Carolina Energy Users Committee, Mr. Elliott?
Yes, ma'am. This is Scott Elliott. I represent the energy users, and I also represent Texaco in the docket.
Wonderful. And then last but not least, South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff.
Hey, Jocelyn, Chad Torrey on behalf of ORS.
Thank you, Mr. Torre. Thank you, everyone, for participating today. Thank you for being willing to address the procedural schedule for oral arguments as instructed by the Commission in order number 2024-342. So just for the purpose of our being present today, I'd like to refer to this next to the last paragraph in order number 2024-342 and the last paragraph, and then we have a date to propose to the parties regarding oral arguments. So the next to the last paragraph reads, while the basic facilities charge and demand charge rates were approved in order number 2023-737, the tariffs, as filed on at least 5 occasions, do not allow Dominion Energy South Carolina to charge the basic facilities charge as part of the minimum charge in rate 34 or to charge the demand charge as part of the minimum charge in rate 35. As such, it would appear that to allow these changes would be to allow Dominion Energy South Carolina to charge a new tariff rate. Therefore, I move that the clerk of the commission consult with the parties of record to schedule oral arguments on Dominion Energy's request for commission approval of the changes to rate 34 and rate 36 as soon as possible. So we reviewed our calendar, and we'd like to ask the parties if you are present, not present, but are available on, is that a Wednesday? Thursday, I apologize. Thursday, June 20th at 10:45. We have at 10 o'clock, as you will note from the commission's calendar, a citing case. And that citing case is supposed to, we're opening that case that day to conform to the citing statute. You know, the case has to be, the hearing has to be scheduled and opened within 60 to 90 days. Okay. So we don't anticipate that proceeding lasting very long. And so we'd like to know if you're available at 10:45 on June 20th. Okay. So Mr. Burgess, are you going to speak on behalf of your client?
Yes, ma'am, I am going to speak. And I wanted to start off by apologizing, Jocelyn, to you, apologizing to the commission staff, apologizing to all the parties of record. This was an oversight on the part of the company, and I wish it didn't happen, but it did. The rate design that the commission approved in this docket, it actually contemplated a BFC and a demand charge in the company's filings and testimony. We did a poor job of translating the math into words, which is why we brought this matter to the commission's attention, where we left demand charge for rate 36 and we left off basic facility charge for rate 34. So the purpose of this is just to simply have the tariff sync up to the rate design that the company or that the commission had approved. So I wanted to be clear with that. And when we get to the June 20th hearing, I want everybody to know I intend to apologize again on the record for this. We've caused you inconvenience, and we are sorry for that. So with all that being said, Jocelyn, June the 20th at 10:45, which works for the company.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Burgess. Mr. Xenopoulos, how does that date and time work for you? June 20th at 10:45.
I actually am involved in another proceeding in a different jurisdiction that has a hearing scheduled for that date. It's possible the case will settle before then, but as things stand, I may not be available. I could potentially have other counsel participate in my absence.
Okay. Do you want to speak to your co-counsel and let us know?
Yes, I can certainly do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr.
Excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
Presumably I would do that after today's conference, immediately.
Thank you,
I know
sir.
that I can reach that person. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Xenopoulos. Okay. All right. Next, we have Mr. Spear with Direct Energy Business Marketing.
Available.
Thank you, Mr. Spear. Mr. Pringle, Scana Energy Marketing.
I'm trying not to be available, but I'm not so sure that my client would be participating in this. So, I mean, if need be, we could have somebody there, but I wasn't aware. And again, I hadn't been involved as much with these other parties. I wasn't aware of the extent to which there was a live issue. But that's neither here nor there. But you know, that please, by all means, if you all want to set this for that date and time, do so. And nothing about my client or me should get in the way of that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pringle. Department of Consumer Affairs is not participating. Mr. Elliott, on behalf of South Carolina Energy Users Committee and Texacan Natural Gas Company, are you available?
Yes, ma'am. I'm available. However, I do not intend to participate in the oral argument, but I am available.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Torrey?
Yes, Jocelyn, ORS is available.
Thank you, Mr. Torrey. Okay, so what we will do, I don't think I missed anyone. What we will do then is, Mr. Xenopoulos, once we hear from you, we will issue a notice, depending on what the availability of Mr. Shishis.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
With regard to the format of this, would remote participation be possible, or will this be in person exclusively?
Virtual participation?
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's possible.
Okay. Thank you.
I know that's the chair's preference, but where are you located, Mr. Xenopoulos?
My office is in DC.
Yeah. So I'll let the chair know after this that if you participate, you may need to be virtual. Is that what I should tell her? Okay, I'll let her know.
Yes, thank you. I'm typically either in Washington, D.C. or New York. Thank you.
I'll let her know. Okay. All right. Go down the road one more time. Mr. Burgess, do you have anything else you need to say?
No, ma'am. That's all I have for the company.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Xenopoulos. You have any other thoughts?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Spear?
Thank you very much.
Nothing from Direct Energy. Thank you, Jocelyn.
Thank you. Mr. Pringle?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jocelyn. Let's go to slide 1A. But I appreciate you asking.
Thank you. Mr. Elliott?
Thank you. I've got nothing further to add, and I apologize for any delay this afternoon. So thanks for accommodating.
I think we're doing fine. No need to apologize. I think everything is working well. All right, and Mr. Torrey?
Nothing further, Jocelyn.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Try to stay dry and have a safe afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.